When Claire walked into the company's training hall as a new hire, she was almost invisible. She didn't have the booming voice of the extroverts in her batch. No sparkling anecdotes during introductions. No family connections in the industry. Her CV wasn't padded with glamorous internships or elite university logos. What she did have, though, was an almost stubborn sense of responsibility and an inner promise. If I can't outshine them with charm, I'll outwork them with excellence. Her first posting was in data reconciliation, a role many considered the graveyard of ambition. It was repetitive, thankless, and prone to mistakes. Colleagues saw it as a punishment. Claire saw it as an apprenticeship. While others hurried through the spreadsheets, she stayed late, double-checking every line, quietly building speed without sacrificing accuracy. Her diligence caught the eye of her immediate supervisor, but not much beyond that. Promotions came and went. She congratulated her peers with a smile, then went back to work. In her diary, she wrote, "Not yet my time, but I am not idle." By her third year, Claire faced a fork in the road. A rival company approached her with an offer, double the pay, a better title, and the promise of immediate visibility. Friends urged her to jump ship, but Claire had seen too many people chase quick wins only to plateau early. She decided to stay, not out of blind loyalty, but because she had unfinished business. She wanted to master her craft so deeply that no role could intimidate her. It was a decision that would soon be tested. 6 months later, disaster struck. The company's largest and most lucrative project, a multi-million-dollar account, began to unravel. Miscommunication between teams in 3 different countries led to costly delays. Data was missing, deadlines slipped, and the client threatened to walk away. The senior managers were in panic mode. Meetings stretched late into the night, but the solutions were vague and reactive. The unspoken fear in the room was that heads would roll. It was during one of those tense afternoons that Claire quietly asked for permission to review all the project files. She spent 3 nights in the office, combing through chaotic email chains, incomplete reports, and half-finished presentations. What she found was startling. Key decisions had been made based on outdated figures. The next morning, Claire walked into the emergency meeting, carrying a stack of neatly organized binders and a 12-page recovery plan. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't apologize for speaking up. She simply said, "Here's the real status, and here's how we fix it in 21 days. Her plan was precise. Clear deliverables, realistic timelines, assigned responsibilities, and a risk mitigation strategy. The room, which had been tense and chaotic for weeks, fell silent. Even the COO leaned forward. The senior manager in charge, someone who had never taken much notice of Claire, asked, "And what if this doesn't work?" Claire looked him in the eye and said, "Then we fail with discipline, not by accident." They followed her plan. It worked. Not only was the project salvaged, but the client extended their contract for another 3 years. The COO sent an internal memo praising the unseen diligence that had saved the company from embarrassment. Claire's name was in bold, but the recognition was bittersweet. While many congratulated her, a few colleagues whispered that she had been lucky or in the right place at the right time. Claire didn't argue. She knew luck favors the prepared. 3 months later, a restructuring opened up the position of department head. Claire's name wasn't initially on the shortlist until the COO personally added it. In the final interview, the panel asked her how she would lead a team that had more senior, more vocal personalities than her. She smiled and replied, "I've led them before, they just didn't notice." She got the job. On her first day as department head, she gathered her team and said, "Leadership isn't about when people start watching you. It's about what you've been doing all along when no one was watching. The unseen hours are where leaders are made."